welcome back to the revision series. Not actually mathematics for once. We've done lots of videos on maths. Today we're going into grammar. We're going to talk about possessive apostrophes. It was something I talked through with my class 6B the other day, and one of my students asked me, can you do a revision video just so we remember? So here we are, possessive apostrophes. It might seem like a very niche topic, but it is very important. You will be tested in a SATS EGPS test paper on possessive apostrophes. Sometimes multiple marks for that, or it could be multiple questions as well. I will give you some examples at the end of the video of actual SATS questions, how to answer them properly. And there are some tricky bits as well. You have to be quite specific. So I'll show you how to do that. But beyond just SATs, because there is more to life than SATs papers or test papers in general, Key Stage 2 writing objective, one of them is use the range of punctuation mostly correctly. Now, that obviously includes capital letters, full stops, commas, everything else, but apostrophes are in there. And if you can use these accurately throughout your writing in general, then it just gives your teacher even more reason to grade you accurately and at the highest level you're capable of achieving as well. So it's just another part of your toolkit that we need to get right. Let's have a look then. What I find is really actually one of the hardest things with EGPS papers. It's not necessarily using the punctuation, but it's actually the terminology itself. So possessive apostrophes, you've got to understand, you've got to move from what's a subordinate clause to what's a subordinating conjunction to a possessive apostrophe using dashes and hyphens and brackets. And it's the words that are thrown at you. So let's break it down. Possessive means to own. So it's an ownership apostrophe. And in case you're not sure what an apostrophe is, it does sit at the top of most letters. I'll give you loads of examples today, but it's an ownership apostrophe. That suggests there's another type, and there is a contraction apostrophe, like you're having can't or shan't or won't. That's not a possessive apostrophe. Nobody owns this. That's just showing that two words have been shortened. So can't, obviously short for cannot. So that's a contraction apostrophe. We're talking about possessive or ownership apostrophes. So have a look here. Here are some examples of them used. My dog's collar, my friend's game, my teacher's mints. All of these show ownership of something. Ownership of the collar, ownership of the game, and ownership of the mints. It is absolutely fine to put a possessive apostrophe and an S if the word also ends with an S. So you can say James's bag, you can say the bus's wheel, that's fine. Or you can just have the apostrophe on the end, James's bag. The difference comes, and the potential tricky bit comes, if we're talking about a plural, so something more than one, then our apostrophe changes position. So the cat's bowl and the girl's piano. Now we're talking about more than one cat and we're talking about more than one girl there. We can tell that because the apostrophe is at the end. The really key thing that will help you remember this is look back from the apostrophe. Look back from the apostrophe. I will use the examples that I've already talked about to show you exactly what I mean. So if you're not sure how many we're talking about, we look backwards from the apostrophe. So look, we've got my dog's collar. Look back from the apostrophe. We're dealing with a dog, singular dog. My friend's game, are we talking about multiple friends here, or are we talking about one particular friend? Look back from the apostrophe. Friend, singular friend. My teacher's mints, are we talking about you having multiple teachers and all their mints, or just one teacher's mints? Look back from the apostrophe and you'll see it's singular. My teacher's mints. In our other examples, the cat's bowl, look back from the apostrophe and we've now got the word cats rather than the word cat. So it shows you that we're talking about a plural, more than one cat, multiple cats. The girl's piano, are we talking about one girl? Are we talking about more than one girl that has a piano? It's a piano owned by multiple girls. Look back from the apostrophe. It's a key thing that's going to help you every single time. And finally, let's go through some SATs questions, Key Stage 2 SATs from previous years. Insert an apostrophe in the correct place in the sentence below. Pupils' coats should be hung on the pegs. Now we're going to reverse engineer what we did a second ago. We know the apostrophe goes in the end if it's multiple, if there's a plural, and we know the apostrophe goes before the S if it's singular, one dog, one friend, one teacher. Now we are talking about multiple pupils, as we always are in school, but you wouldn't say pupil as a person on its own. So multiple pupils means our apostrophe is going to go there. I'll do it in black so you can see that a little bit better as well. It's going to go there at the end. Pupil's coat should be hung on the pegs. You notice the odd spacing. It's so that you have an opportunity to put the apostrophe clearly between any of the letters. So yeah, don't be surprised if there's a little extra spacing there in the questions. And we're going to use our look back from the apostrophe tip on question 30 down here. Question says, tick one box in each row to show whether the underlined noun is singular or plural. Now we can easily do this because we just look back from the apostrophe. So here we go. The customers' hunger was satisfied by the pizza. We look back from the apostrophe. Multiple customers, multiple is plural. The princess's slippers were made of glass. Singular, because we look back from the apostrophe and it's princess, which is a singular person. Those are the boys' books. Look back from the apostrophe. Multiple boys, plural. I should give myself a mark up there and another mark up there. Well done me. Final one is going to involve some quite specific writing here. So many people get this wrong, even though they know the answer. So look very carefully at this one. It says, explain how the position of the apostrophe changes the meaning of the second sentence. So in sentence one, it says, what are your brother's favourite toys? And in sentence two, it says, what are your brother's favourite toys? Same words, but the apostrophe changes it. You need to be specific with this. In sentence one, there is a single brother. So we look back from the apostrophe, single brother. In sentence two, multiple brothers. Now, some people write something like, if you write in general terms, it changes the number of brothers. I know exactly what you mean. However, you would not typically get the mark for that. Just it changes the number of brothers. It doesn't prove to the marker that you know in what way it changes the number, because you could be guessing there. You might still not have an understanding of possessive apostrophes, but you've guessed, oh, I don't know, maybe there's more brothers, but you haven't shown it. So you would need to write something like this. Excuse the clicky keyboard. In sentence two, there are multiple brothers. And just to be absolutely sure, in sentence one, there is a single brother. So be really specific. Make sure you reference individual sentences. Don't just say it changes the number of brothers. It's not enough. Say in sentence two, there are multiple brothers. In sentence one, there's a single brother. That proves to the marker and everybody that you know exactly what that apostrophe means, and the changing of the position of it changes who owns it or how many people own it. Hopefully what you've taken away from this video is a look back from the apostrophe. It is flawless. It works every single time, and it is the best tip to understand possessive apostrophes. Hopefully you will also find out your own way to remember possessive apostrophe. It's about the ownership of something. And I think that should help you with more or less every question you're going to get in a SATs paper, and should maybe enhance your writing as well. If there's something else you want to see a video of, let me know. Give me a topic, and I will make a video for it. But until now, ciao.